Well, we're not backstage. We're in a dressing room, and you know who's right next to me. Uncle Snoop, you were phenomenal on stage.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate the love. Want to say what up to all the folks in the Big Apple that came out and supported us, all of the artists that got on stage and did they do. I mean, it was a fun-filled, emotional roller coaster.
So 20 years later, after the whole chaos happened at the Source Awards, now you're back on stage, and the love was so big. Dr. Dre came out having Dog Pound with you. How was that?
I mean, this is what we do. We get each other's back and we show love. This whole event was a built-up love fest. You know, how certain people say I have built-up frustration. This was built-up love. You know what I'm saying? And it just finally exploded on one stage at one time. And that's what the event was all about. It was about me and Puff touching a sore and putting a Band-Aid on it and letting people know that we can move forward and we really love each other. And that's what hip-hop is made for.
Were you at all just thinking like, this is crazy? I can't believe how everything's really happening right now. Did you take a moment to take it all in?
Yeah, I felt like in the spirit of the NBA All-Star game, I felt like, you know, having one of my biggest games ever, you know, scoring the most points and being fun-filled and, you know, interacting with the fans and throwing my jersey to one of my biggest fans in the crowd. And, you know, I felt like that, like really interactive with the crowd. And, you know, New York is always fun for me, and it just felt like they really embraced me tonight in a real way.
When you're playing Pac and Big, did you like feel something and you just be like, yo, I can't believe it. Like, we made it. We're here now.
Like, in the spirit of, I just wish that those, you know, players could have been a part of this, as well as Michael Junebug and Nate Dogg, you know, to really be a part of this positive movement and in this grown state of mind that we found. You know what I'm saying? I guess when you live, you know, you live to get old, to get wise, and I'm so glad that I'm able to live and be wise and able to try to put some peace and, you know, put some situations together to show that we really do love each other, and we've always loved each other, and it's just been a few people that was in the way, and now that we, you know, able to make our own decisions and our own moves, we're able to create this type of event with a hot radio station like Hot 97 and, you know, just pull it off and make it beautiful to tip off the week for the All-Stars.
Was this ever something that you thought you would end up doing?
No, I never had no hopes or ideas or I didn't even know that this was the building that it went down in. You know what I'm saying? I thought we was in the Apollo. Because, you know, being from the West, you know, everything New York, you think of the landmarks like the Apollo or Radio City Music Hall. I thought it was either one of those places. But, you know, when we found out it was this, it just made the journey more magical. Because when I hear Puff and told him the idea of what I had and what I dreamed of, he was like, okay, well, let's get, you know, whoop-de-whoop, get this venue. We was trying to get Hammerstein Ballroom and a few other places. And he was like, man, the only thing we can get is the whoop-wop. And then once we got it, he was like, well, let's tie the radio station in. Then all of a sudden, about 2 weeks later, he was like, man, do you know that's the same place where that thing went down at? I'm like, for real? I'm like, that's how God is. God worked like that.
So anything else you could tell us about the album that we could look forward to?
It's one of those funk-filled, you know, futuristic, with a twist from back in the day, with the boop to the bop, bass up underneath. And Pharrell got me singing and whatnot, so.
Well, Snoop, you know what? This is an honor. I can't believe I got to see you up on stage here and just everything that happened tonight, all the magic that happened up on stage. You know what? Hopefully the next good news is going to be you and Dre back in the studio. But you know what? We'll take this for now. No pressure. Anytime that wants to happen, we're okay with it. And Snoop, this is always like an honor for me to be sitting here with you. Such a legendary moment. Anything you want everyone to know? Because this really was you and Diddy's night.
Well, you know, it's a great thing, a great feeling to be able to have a friend like Diddy and, you know, say, look here, man, let's put some love in the air. And for him to respond and reach out to a radio station that was, you know, willing to come and get our back and support us and, you know, give us a foundation as well as a venue to do what we do and present this love fest. Wasn't no fights, wasn't no negativity. It was all love. Everybody danced to each other's music, hugging each other, mutually loving each other fans, like respecting each other's space and respecting each other's craft. Like, this is what I started doing music for, and to come to the Mecca of hip hop, New York, where it all started. It's a dream come true. This is always, like me and Dre said today on camera, and I don't even think New York know this. Me and Dre always wanted to impress New York the most when we made records. And that was always the key, because New York was the shit. New York had the best everything when it came to hip hop, because y'all created it. So we always wanted to impress upon, not to make music to start friction, but to make y'all love it and enjoy it, and that's what we did. And I feel like this night showed that it cut through. 20 years later, there it is.